Christiana, pleasure to meet you. I have a question in terms of corporates, and specifically corporates in the service sector. Heavy industry and manufacturing, it's quite clear how they can reduce emissions and carbon output. And I'm just sort of curious to know maybe 3 points on how service industries could maybe take steps in that direction and have positive impact.
Well, banks are in a particularly interesting situation because there's no doubt that where capital shifts over the next 3 years will determine where the economy goes. So they are pretty, in a very crucial role there. And so in my conversations with banks or with any other financial institutions, well, first we look at disclosure. Okay, that's the first step, where any financial institution can today pretty quickly look across their investment portfolio, and because we have very, very good carbon indexes, you can very quickly determine how exposed are you to carbon risk. And you can not just measure your risk to carbon, but you can actually and should disclose it. And by the time you have disclosed, and there's a huge worldwide movement toward financial disclosure of carbon risk, then you begin to understand that there is something that you have to change. So after you've done your measurement and your disclosure, then you can begin to set a plan in place through which over time you decarbonize your portfolio. That doesn't have to happen from Monday to Tuesday, but it certainly should happen from Monday to Friday. So it's a midterm target. It's not an immediate, but it certainly is not a target that has abundant elasticity. It should occur over the next few years if you want to remain an active and profitable financial institution. And of course, the third then is to use your decarbonizing your portfolio to actually influence your peers. So those financial institutions that have already started their decarbonizing process actually share their experience with peers, with other financial institutions, in order to have that peer-to-peer learning value that is so helpful, because there's some, there will always be some actors in every sector that are more concerned about stepping in to a field that is relatively new and is unknown. And as we have established this morning, this is all unknown, right? We're all actually learning on the way. So once you have established something that has worked for you, sharing with your peers is actually quite helpful.